to my June TBR video. I have a lot of things on my mind to read in June. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I'm going to definitely try. I'm reading two things currently. The first one is Watchmen, and this is by Alan Moore, and then the art is by Dave Gibbons. I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm probably like 10% of the way in. This is a pretty big graphic novel. It is intense. There is more than pictures in here too. There's text as well. This is going to be a much more intricate graphic novel, but it does follow these Watchmen superheroes. This graphic novel is pretty old too, so I'm sure you know about it. But so far, I really enjoy the writing, the parallels, how they go from one scene to the next. They are really good at connecting, kind of the way that Alan Moore wrote to The Killing Joke, which I reviewed recently. So I am really excited to continue reading Watchmen. This is probably what I'm going to read today. I am also currently reading Diana Gabaldon's Dragonfly and Amber. I told myself this was going to happen, and I also told myself this is going to be my sole focus in June, or like the thing that I put most of my time into, but so far that hasn't been the case. I literally read the 90 pages. It's hard to believe, but I've read 90 pages already, but that's how many are left because this book is almost 1,000 pages. I will continue to make this a focus, but I haven't done so the past few days, so hopefully I will continue to read this. I've also gotten it on ebook, so I can kind of read at night, not have to hold this mass paperback open all the time. I don't mind mass paperbacks that much, but when you're in the first few pages and when you're in the last few pages, it's really hard to keep your arms open and reading this mass market paperback. So that's what I'm already currently reading, and then these are the stack of books that I want to get to, or I'm trying to get to. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way because it's a lot of novels, really. I've finished reading the second series of Unfortunate Events, and I picked up the third, which is The Wide Window. I really enjoy these books because they're really quick, fast-paced reads. I can read them pretty much in like a day if I really wanted to, and I'm still continuing to read these with my boyfriend, so that's also fun for us to talk about the funny things that Lemony Snicket says. But yeah, if I ever want a nice smile on my face or a chuckle, I come to this because I really enjoy the humor and the voice in these books. Next is a book that has been everywhere and has been pushed by everyone and is supposedly one of the best books ever, so I picked it up finally, and this is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I've never read it, and I don't think it needs an introduction. So many people have read it and have loved it, so I'm very excited to see what I think of it, and if it lives up to the hype. I'm sure it will. It is a chunkier book, but it is YA, or it is intended for younger audiences, so hopefully that means that I can go through it a little bit quicker. I know it is going to be a tough book and an emotional book, but I hope that doesn't deter me and make me take forever to read it. Hopefully I can get to this one in June. The next two are both nonfiction, and they're more kind of narrative-driven nonfiction. So the first one is The Short and Tragic Life of Robert Peace, and this is by Jeff Hobbs, who was a friend of Robert Peace's. Grew up in Newark and ended up attending an Ivy League school, but he left school and came back to where he came from, back to his neighborhood, and he ended up tragically murdered. I kind of wanted to see what Jeff Hobbs thought and what it felt like for him to lose his friend, and kind of what Robert Peace's life was before he came to school, when he was in school, and after he left school. I'm excited to get to read this book because I think it is going to be very powerful, and it is probably going to be very emotional as well, but I'm hoping that it's a book where I can learn a lot, and I'm still thinking that it's going to be an important story for me to read. And last but not least, I have this last book, which I actually just bought at a book sale, and you'll probably see footage of all of that really soon, and that is Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. I wrote on my blog about how I wanted to read this book because I read Missoula by Jon Krakauer, and I've also heard that this is his best work, so I'm excited to get to this book. I've also been really into Mount Everest news, especially because a few people have died this year trying to climb and go back down, so this also goes into a Mount Everest disaster. I believe the author was there when it happened. I'm just really curious about Mount Everest and climbing Mount Everest. Not that I would want to do it, but I would want to read about how other people thought about it, and I expect this to be a very well written book that's still a page turner even though it's nonfiction. them. So those are the 6 things I'm trying to get to this month. I don't know if I'm really going to do all of them. I do have one on here for my most anticipated reads, which is good because I need to get to the books that I said I was going to be reading 2016, especially because it's already June. I'm going to be doing a video about how I'm doing so far with the Read Harder challenges, my personal challenges, and the most anticipated books that I told myself I was going to read, and see if I need to make updates or tell you how that's going. I really need to start focusing on that because, again, it's June. I really want to keep to my goals because the books and the challenges that I am trying to accomplish are going to enhance my reading experience and make me read out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to be doing a video about that, and then, like I mentioned already, I'm going to be posting a video about the book sale that I went to and all the things that I did on that day. I had a lot of fun at the book sale. I didn't expect to find all the things that I found, and since it was the 3rd day of the book sale, everything was like a box or a bag for $1. So I got a lot of books for $1 that I actually want to read. So expect those 2 videos out soon, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!